right, hello everybody. Chief Meteorologist Hunter Williams here. It is currently 9:07 on this Tuesday evening. Wanted to take a little time, do a little chat about the weather over the next couple of days. There's a lot going on. We have a chance for a couple of severe storms overnight and early tomorrow morning. But this is just the beginning of a very unsettled weather pattern. Both Thursday and Friday likely feature widespread rain. The most promising rain chances we have seen in quite some time. And by the way, between those two things, tomorrow afternoon could bring increased fire weather concerns, and we have a red flag warning in effect. All right, let's dive into things. And as always, I'm keeping an eye on things on the Facebook chat, the YouTube and everything. So if you've got any questions, let us know. We'll try and get those answered for you. Right now, things are pretty quiet. It is 78 in Austin. It's in the low 80s still across the hill country. We hit 91 today in Austin, which was nearly our second day in a row of record high temperatures. Okay, this is not in our KVUE area, but southwest of San Antonio. I've been keeping a close eye on this thing. This is a severe storm, which is producing quite a bit of hail. In fact, earlier, hey, this is good news. About 5 minutes ago, when I was setting up graphics for our stream, this was producing hail that could have been up to baseball size, destructive hail. That hail core has really weakened, but still, we'll watch this thing for you. You can see the way that it's moving. If it holds together, and it's still got a long road ahead of it until it moves into our KVUE area, but if it holds together, it could approach places like Hayes County and Caldwell County here in an hour or two. So we'll watch it. But I do think that our main severe weather chance and our main storm chance is going to come in late tonight into tomorrow morning. This is going to be, say, 4 a.m. to about 8 a.m. tomorrow. Here's our system, a dry line across the hill country. That's kind of in the vicinity of that lone storm that went up. And then a cold front, which has now made it into the Panhandle and West Texas. This is the system which is going to move through. So severe weather risk. This has changed. If you haven't checked in with us since yesterday, we now have the slight risk. That's the 2 out of 5. From Burnett County into the I-35 corridor and then east into Bastrop, Lee, and Milam counties. Outside of that, it's the marginal risk. That's the 1 out of 5. And I just showed you that big hail-producing storm southwest of San Antonio. Hail is my main concern late tonight, early tomorrow. Gusty wind potential. That is also there, and I can't completely rule out an isolated tornado. But just to drive home the point about the hail, this is the hail outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. That yellow shading, that is a 15% chance of seeing hail within 25 miles of a given point. And when you see the dashed lines like that, I know it's kind of confusing. The SPC calls that the hatched area. When you're in the hatched area, that means the potential is there for significant or destructive hail, like what was happening in that storm southwest of San Antonio. So my advice tonight, and we're kind of going into the models here, we'll time it out for you. If you've got a carport or a garage or someplace you can park your car where it's safe, I think that's probably a good call tonight before you go to bed, just to be on the safe side. Not everyone's going to see hail from these storms, but I would hate for it to be your car that's left out in the hailstorm. Okay, 2 a.m. I'm going to watch that storm that's down near San Antonio. Models not really picking up on that continuing all that much longer, but I don't think the models have a great grasp on that. So if it holds together, that could be a factor. Otherwise, we're waiting until tomorrow morning. Here is 4:30, our cold front coming in, and we have scattered showers and strong storms developing first across the hill country. And this will move eastward as we get into 6 or 7 a.m. I think by about 6:30, this is moving into the Austin Metro and the I-35 corridor. And some of these could be strong to severe. This model is not necessarily showing that, but the potential is there. The parameters are there. We're going to have a little bit of a cap in place, so that may prevent things from being all too serious, but we do have the potential at least for some strong to severe storms with hail producing especially. Here's 10 a.m. Still holding on to some lingering showers, maybe a couple of storms east of Austin, Milam, Lee, Fayette counties. And then the second half of the day tomorrow is looking drier, and we're going to be much cooler. We were 91 today. We'll be in the 70s tomorrow. We were already breezy today. Tomorrow's going to be even windier, and the difference is it is a north wind that is cooler. It also a much drier wind direction. Sorry, just keeping an eye out on the Storm Prediction Center. They're issuing a mesoscale discussion. That's actually not for our area, just making sure. Red flag warning tomorrow, 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Gusty winds, low humidity, that is the combination that gives us critical fire danger. So especially areas that don't see rain tonight or tomorrow morning, we'll have to keep a close eye out for that fire weather potential. Please avoid any outdoor burning. Okay, Tomorrow, I know we're talking about the storm chance. That is not the wettest weather that we have. Thursday, a 90% chance for rain and a few embedded storms. Friday, an 80% chance. What I really like about this forecast is we get the beneficial rain. Man, we really need that. But I do think that we dry out in time for the big holiday weekend. So there could still be a few lingering showers on Saturday, but I think once we get to Easter Sunday, things are looking mainly dry. Will be partly cloudy with an afternoon high around 80, it looks like, for Easter. Okay, our model data is struggling here. I was doing this earlier, I apologize. It's showing the clouds here, it's not showing the rain. We're going to skip ahead. This is the rainfall forecast from our GFS model, the American computer model. And again, factoring in not just the storms tonight, but the widespread rain Thursday and more widespread rain on Friday, maybe even a few lingering showers into Saturday morning. I think over this entire span, we could have 1 to 3 inches of rain, pretty widespread, especially along and east of I-35. So from Blanco into Laga Vista into western Williamson County, say Florence and points east, quite a bit of rain coming. This model has Austin over 2 inches of rain, which is possible. What it is also picking up on is the potential for some pockets that could be 3 to 5 inches, if not locally higher, across parts of Caldwell County or Bastrop County or Fayette County or Lee County. What about flooding? I don't see big flooding issues here, and we know we've been so dry. If we start seeing some totals, though, in that 5 to 7 inch range, there could be some localized flooding. I can't completely rule it out. The best chance of that will be southeast of Austin. Now, unfortunately, I think that some of the lower totals will be across the hill country where it's still rain, you know, a 1/4 inch to a 3/4 of an inch, I think is looking pretty good still. But these are the areas, especially Gillespie, Blanco County, dealing with the brunt of our drought. And parts of Blanco County may still get some good rain. And of course, that's also the area in the Highland Lakes watershed where if we want to get these lake levels going in the right direction, we got to get some rain out west too. So I wish this was pushed back west a little bit. But the point being, we do have some widespread rain and some beneficial rain, which is on the way. So 7-day forecast, 77 for the afternoon high tomorrow. It will be much cooler than what we had today. It's breezy with elevated fire weather conditions, a 40 to 50% chance of storms late tonight into tomorrow morning. Thursday just looks like a wet day and a cool day. The data just keeps coming in cooler and cooler. So I dropped this down to 60 for the afternoon high on Thursday. There may be some areas that stay in the 50s, and I think most areas will stay in the 50s on Friday. An 80% chance for rain, especially early in the day on Friday. Still a 20% chance for some rain lingering into Saturday, but I think Easter Sunday is looking mainly dry, partly cloudy. So if you're doing service, if you're doing pictures, Easter egg hunt, anything like that, hopefully we get all this rain and everything's nice and green and the blue bonnets and the wildflowers will love it and things will be pretty on Easter Sunday, but dry for the day itself. Monday, 82. Tuesday, 84 degrees is the forecast, so a little bit warmer as we get into the beginning of next week. All right, going to take a second and we will look through some of the comments here. As I do that, I'm going to get you back to the radar. Let's see what's going on with this hail-producing storm near San Antonio. Last we looked at it, it was starting to weaken down, but hey, that's great news. I'm glad to see this trend. Let me back this out a little bit. This thing is really falling apart. That is great news for a lot of those areas in San Antonio, too. That thing was producing destructive hail that was up to baseball size. It's really fallen apart. So based on these trends, and this was kind of our thinking, it looks unlikely that this is going to hold together into our KVUE area. And even if it does, then it would be probably just a little bit of rain and not the destructive hail now that that has weakened. So I continue to think that our main chance for severe storms is going to come in early tomorrow morning between about 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. Okay, let's see. Roxy tuning in from Austin. Hello, Roxy. Rosalind, thank you for tuning in. Blanca says, hey Hunter from Cedar Park, I smell rain. I think your nose is onto something. If you don't get rain tonight, it's just about a sure bet on Thursday, and I think most folks will see rain again on Friday. Rain is coming. David watching in Pflugerville. Sylvia in Liberty Hill. Hubert is tuning in. Nicole says, cold front, just how cooler will it be? It will be, look, it's April now, okay, so it's not going to be 30s and 40s or anything like that. But I do think that we will have highs Thursday and tomorrow's going to be in the 70s. Thursday and Friday will be the two coolest days. Highs will be in the 50s to low 60s. Good stuff. Jean tuning in from San Marcos. Hello. Margaret is in Bastrop. Elizabeth. Hello. I just put on sweats and hoodies. That is a good outfit for the rain coming in. New Braunfels tuning in. Hello. Nicole, hello. What's up, everybody? Tina is a fan of the cooler temperatures. I'm with you. I like the warm weather. I'm happy to spend some days in the 90s, but it's good to break it up with a little bit of rain, especially given we need it. Caleb, any chance of tornado-producing storms in Taylor from this system? Let's talk about it. Okay, so here is your storm outlook. If you live in Taylor, if you live anywhere in Williamson County, it's the slight risk. That's the 2 out of 5. My main concern tonight is not going to be the tornado potential. It's going to be the hail potential. So I'm going to take you through kind of the categorical, is what we call them, the categorical outlooks here. This is the hail outlook. So Taylor and Williamson County will be in that yellow shading, the 15% area. And when it says 15%, that is a 15% chance of seeing hail within 25 miles of a given point. The hatched area, you see those black dashes, that means there could be some areas that see destructive hail. That would be ping pong ball size, baseball, hail that's larger than a quarter size, that can do some damage. This is why hail is the main concern. Let's switch. Here's the wind outlook. I think wind is going to be concern number 2, where maybe there could be some gusty straight line winds, y'all know, 50, 60 plus miles per hour. And then here's the tornado outlook. And again, for the Taylor area, for instance, in Williamson County, in that green shading, that is a low risk, but not a zero risk, a 2% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of a given point. My gut feeling is that this is not a big tornado threat for us. Again, I'm more concerned about the hail potential, but there is a low chance for an isolated tornado. We can't completely rule it out. So hopefully that answers your question in kind of a roundabout way. Crystal, how long will this last? So we have several rounds coming in. In fact, let me show you this. This will kind of break down the chronological threat. This really is going to be several days. It's not going to be raining constantly for the next 3 days, but we have multiple rounds of widespread rain. So late tonight, tomorrow morning, there's a 40 to 50% storm chance. Not everyone will see storms, but if you get under a heavy storm, large hail will be a concern tonight. Tomorrow afternoon looks drier, and especially for areas that don't see rain, it's windy with lower humidity. Fire danger will be a concern. We have the red flag warning 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, late week, I'm talking Thursday, Friday, late work week, I should say. Rain is likely both Thursday and Friday. We're talking a pretty widespread soaking rain, an 80 to 90% chance for rain with just about everybody seeing a good bit of rain. Widespread totals of 1 to 3 inches plus look likely. In fact, the latest data is saying that the plus, especially southeast of Austin, may be a bit more widespread with some 3 to 5 inch pockets, maybe some areas that get more than 5 inches of rain. So to answer your question, how long will it last? Here are the daily rain chances. First round coming in early tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., a 40% chance for storms. You can just kind of go ahead and block away Thursday and Friday. That's going to be about a 48-hour stretch where I would say for the majority of that time, you've got rain moving through, or at least rain close to you, and it's damp and cool. Saturday looks mainly dry, will be improving, and then Easter Sunday looks completely dry. So over the next 72 hours or so, we're going to have a couple different rounds of rain and storms moving through, but the weekend is looking much drier. All right, I think that will have us covered here. I'm going to sign off. It is 9:21 right now, so in about 39 minutes, we will start our KVUE newscast at 10 o'clock, and we'll have the full update on the forecast there. I believe normally we get our a new run of our model in time for the 10 o'clock newscast, so hopefully we have some new data to pass along. But nonetheless, we will talk about the forecast. Brian and Quita will be here with the news as well, so hopefully you can tune in. I'll talk with Shane tonight. We'll probably get him on board to do a live update for you guys tomorrow morning, and we'll keep the live updates coming at least 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening over the next couple of days, just because things are looking pretty active. So that will do it for now. Oh, one more question. Elizabeth, severe weather for Thursday and Friday. Okay, before I sign off, I want to show you the storm outlooks. I did the fake out there. Again, late tonight, tomorrow morning, there could be severe storms. This is the storm outlook for Wednesday, for tomorrow morning. Again, kind of picks things up, moving east. Here is the storm outlook for Thursday, which mainly is highlighting areas to our south, but it does get into parts of, it includes San Marcos, New Braunfels, into Caldwell County, clips into Bastrop County, clips into Fayette County. I do think that by Thursday, temperatures are cooler. I just don't think we're going to be quite as conducive for severe weather, but there could be a few embedded storms. Hail would likely be the main threat. In gusty winds, I don't expect any tornado issues on Thursday. And then for Friday, again, I think the severe weather risk is even lower than that on Friday. There could be a few embedded downpours, but really the main severe weather issues, if we were to see that, I think would be tonight and early tomorrow morning, and it's a much lower chance for both Thursday and Friday. Okay, now we're actually going to get off of here. 9:22, full newscast coming up at 10 o'clock. We hope you guys can join us then. If not, you'll have a good night, and we will talk to you tomorrow.